Hi everybody, my name is Bob Shield. I'm the Director of the School of Architecture, and next to me.
Hello everyone, my name is Christoph Lindner and I'm the Dean of the Bartlett.
We're both very pleased to be here and to introduce the shows that are coming up for your enjoyment very, very shortly. And we'd just like to take a few minutes to welcome you to this event and to congratulate our students on the huge achievement of getting to this point. So it's been a very tough year for all our students and all our staff. It's an extraordinary achievement to be here and open this work for everyone's enjoyment. I know Christoph will expand on those thoughts in a moment or two. And I'd just like to frame a couple of things that sit behind these shows in terms of the scale of ideas and activity it represents. So we have the architectural design program, the urban design program, biointegrated design program, architecture in historic urban environments, and landscape architecture, all coming together to show their work this year at the same time. One group are in a show called the Autumn Show, and another group are in the B-Pro show. All of them represent students who come from all over the world with different sorts of backgrounds to enter into the kind of wonderful world of asking questions and exploring ideas that this school celebrates and represents. We thrive off that diversity, we thrive off that injection of energy every year. And at this point, when we're looking at the achievements of those students' projects, there's always a tinge of sadness about seeing them go, but there's a huge feeling of celebration about your achievements. But I just want to finish before I hand back to Christoph to say what a very special year this has been and how your achievements are truly exceptional. And we're super proud of the work you've done. The effort the staff put in has been utterly extraordinary, and we're absolutely certain that this is the best show in town in the world right now. And I hope you enjoy it. Back to you, Christoph.
Thank you, Bob. Let me also add my congratulations. I mean, really, congratulations to all of the students who are showing work as part of these two shows. It is so important for the work that we do here at the Bartlett to be shared with each other in our academic community and with people outside the school and the faculty, with people around the world. And I know that we wish we could all be here in person, looking at and enjoying our students' work in person, but there is something special happening right now. We are connecting as a community. And as we live and work and design and create under pandemic conditions, those moments, those points of connection are ever more important. And as we adapt to sharing our work online, we are able to reach a wider, more diverse audience. So anyone in the world with an internet connection who is interested in architecture and design and the built environment can experience our students' work. And that's beautiful and that's wonderful. And it also matters for another reason. I think what we see when we experience our students' work in the Bartlett School of Architecture is the future of architecture. And so I hope you enjoy the show. I want to again congratulate everybody involved, and especially all of our students who have adapted and innovated this year more than ever. And I want to welcome everyone who is joining us from outside the Bartlett. It is wonderful that architecture and design, criticality and creativity are bringing us all together into one shared experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Christoph. Well, enjoy. That's all I have to say. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to our Bartlett Autumn Show. My name is Barbara Campbell-Langer. I'm the Deputy Director of the School of Architecture, and it is my pleasure to say a few words about the two outstanding programs on display in this show. Our MA in Historic Urban Environments, led by Edward Dennison, Professor of Architecture and Global Modernities, and our MA-MLA in Landscape, led by Laura Allen, Professor of Architecture and Augmented Landscapes, with Mark Smout, Professor of Architecture and Landscape Futures. Under this leadership, our two master's programs have exceptional teams of tutors in history and theory, technology, professional practice and design, all highly respected researcher practitioners in their own rights. Together with the precision and care of our professional services colleagues, these programmes have guided and supported the work you will see from an excellent cohort of students. I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone involved in this last academic year, all staff and all students. It has been an unprecedented time, a year interrupted mid-March by the pandemic, when the entire school transitioned online to remote working in a very short period of time. Yet, despite these extraordinary challenges and the hardships for our students suddenly dispersed across the world, the quality of our students' projects, the quality of creative and reflective thought, the quality of care, of collaboration, intelligence, imagination and determination has been phenomenally impressive. There is no question that our landscape and historic urban environment masters here at the Bartlett School of Architecture are two of the most innovative and intellectually outstanding programmes to be found in these subject areas anywhere in the world. Our students' work proves this. These explorations demonstrate understandings of non-canonical architectural and landscape histories that extend beyond Western-centric viewpoints, that challenge and repair legacies generated by colonialism, imperialism, modernism and anthropocentrism. They address different and complementary aspects of ecological, cultural and social sustainability. This show, these programmes set new international standards. On behalf of the school, I would like to thank our staff. I would also like to thank our students. And behind our staff and students, the support structures of friends and families that have supported all of you. I am convinced that the ideas and work we have evolved together will be carried forward by all of us for our lifetimes. Thank you.
Hello and welcome from London and from everybody on the MA Architecture and Historic Urban Environments program.
Hello from Brussels.
Hello from Nanyang, China.
Hello from India.
Hello from Hangzhou.
Hello from Guangzhou.
Hello from Izmir.
Hello from Changchun.
Hello from Quanzhou.
Hello from London.
Hello from Guangxi.
Hello from Xi'an.
Hello from Shanghai.
Hello from Wuhan.
Hello from Zurich.
Hello from Xianyang, China.
Hello from Athens.
Hello from Beijing.
Hello from Qingdao, China.
Hello everyone, I'm Professor Edward Dennison, the Director of the MA Architecture and Historic Urban Environments programme here at the Bartlett School of Architecture. I'm delighted to welcome you to this segment of the Autumn Show, which we're very proud to share with the Landscape Architecture programmes. Architecture and Historic Urban Environments is a unique programme that pioneers a fresh and critical approach to how we plan a better future built on the past. In the 21st century, unlike the 20th century, our survival will rely on the improvement and adaptation of what has already been built, rather than building entirely anew. For built environment professionals, this presents unique and exciting challenges which we encourage our students to critically engage with through historical, theoretical and creative methods, tackling issues such as planetary crises, the post-colonial city, spatial justice, world heritage, adaptive reuse and sustainability. We've prepared 2 short films to give you a flavour of the programme, as well as this year's field trip to the UNESCO World Heritage Site and modernist city of Asmara, capital of Eritrea. So welcome to you all and enjoy. Using London as an outstanding laboratory for learning, students work alongside historians, researchers and designers to explore key issues concerning urban and cultural heritage and develop their own design practice, engaging critically and creatively in historic urban environments. With the world-renowned Survey of London team, students learn the processes of urban surveying, recording, mapping and analysis. Alongside the main curriculum, students undertake other skills training, including 3D scanning and different modes of model making and materials experimentation to develop and communicate their ideas among their peers and to outside critics. The design crits are integral to developing collaborative methods, communication techniques, and other forms of presentation skills. The annual field trip is a key aspect of the year, taking students away from the familiarity of London and giving them an unforgettable experience in a new cultural and professional landscape, working with local authorities and communities. This year we visited Eritrea with its industrial heritage, ancient port of Massawa built of coral block, and the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Asmara, where we conducted public engagement activities for the Asmara Heritage Project and learnt about the country's bitter colonial history. So we hope you enjoy our show and the incredible variety of work that our diverse student cohort has produced against all the odds in this most challenging of years. Congratulations to them all. Now please sit back, relax and enjoy a brief journey with us to the Horn of Africa. So there we have it. It's been an extraordinary year and our students have reacted no less extraordinarily to the challenges they've been faced with. We're very proud of all they've achieved and wish them every success in their careers. Before we hand over to the Landscape Architecture programme though, I'd like to remind you all that 4 of our students will be giving short Instagram readings from their dissertations over the next 2 weeks. On Monday the 30th of November at 7:30 PM UK time, we have Yasin and Tunis presenting Duopolis, or Survivors in a Bipolar City, which reimagines the urban landscape in a post-pandemic future. And that'll be followed by Han Chun Lee, whose dissertation, A Critical Examination of the Conflicting Criteria of Heritage Evaluation and Its Outcomes, interrogates questions of authenticity in comparing London's Charles Dickens House Museum and the Guangmingxiang Courtyard House in Xi'an, China. Then on Monday the 7th of November at 7:30 PM, we'll have Veronique Huang presenting her work, The Cultural Landscape of the City and Harbour of Quanzhou, which rediscovers the existential meaning of the ocean and the river to the city and to its residents. This will be followed by Taysha McGann, whose project titled Piecing Together Morphogenic Junctions, a study of pre-existing conditions in Mayfair and Soho, uses urban morphology supported by theories of urban form, development and perception to develop a series of interventions that call attention to the development of Mayfair and Soho in London. So please do join us then. Thank you all again and huge congratulations to all of our students. Take good care everyone and goodbye.
Hi, I'm Professor Mark Smout.
Hi, I'm Professor Laura Allen and we're the co-directors of the Landscape Architecture programmes at the Bartlett. Thank you so much for joining us online to celebrate the work of our students this year on both the MLA and the MA Landscape Architecture programmes.
Landscape is a new and evolving programme at the Bartlett, and this is our second year and our first graduating MLA cohort. The landscape programmes add to the Bartlett's suite of professionally accredited programmes and springs from an increasing urgency to contribute to the understanding of ecological and environmental fields. In this era of climate emergency, our programmes that focus on landscape research, technical knowledge, strategic thinking and imaginative design give us the unique ability to work with real-world problems such as sustainability, climate change, biodiversity and landscape inequalities.
Within the design studios, tutors present unique, rigorous, challenging and even radical intellectual positions, providing a strong identity for their students. And this is used as a basis for developing their own approach to the contemporary study of landscape architecture. The Autumn Show website showcases the work of 3 design studios that comprise the core of landscape design teaching, and we now have some short messages from the students and staff from this year.
Design Studio 4 was an attempt to question current scientific and cultural understandings of forest dynamics, and we set out to develop alternative cartographies, representations, and understandings of forests and their expanded sites, and in so doing, produce new imaginings. The studio took a multidisciplinary approach to landscape studies, moving between, across, and beyond the disciplines of agriculture, architecture, art, gardening, geography, media studies, and of course landscape architecture itself. A forest is defined by the United Nations as any given area that is half a hectare total area with more than 10% tree cover. This basic unit of measurement is part of a broader framework that presumes that land without trees is degraded. Put simply, it presumes that optimal land condition is a forest area. And the story of Great Britain is the story of an island that was, once, a vast woodland. And it's also the story of the Industrial Revolution and steam engines, where vectors of the Anthropocene, the climate crisis, and the 6th extinction meet. They meet elsewhere too, but conflicts around the regulation of those vectors are elaborated in the forest, at its edges, and even where it used to exist. This has produced a planetary array of sites where these transformations and disappearances can be observed, measured, and felt, and where sites of intervention can be imagined, planned, and enacted. In their first project, the studio sought out, mapped, and uncovered hidden topographies and dynamic landscapes throughout London, operating in multiple scales. Bomb craters were unearthed in every forest, residual scar tissues left over from those violent impacts were found to have, over time, formed highly specialized topographies through the development of intricate relationships of mutual support and growth. Abandoned industrial sites were identified throughout London and became a call for a series of guerrilla grieving activities. Scattered throughout the city's fabric, they engaged with communities, designers, and educators to form new, revolutionary possibilities through reforestation. Poetry and paintings created by historical Londoners became our guides and datums for drawing maps of lost routes into and through local parks. Even plans for local demolitions revealed the potential removal of a valuable social housing scheme and became a fertile space for speculative studies on the use of future ruins. In the final project of the year, Studio 4 researched and developed responses to the proposed and now stalled Northern Forest proposal. Responding to specific on-site conditions and the needs of local communities through deliberate and careful studies, the projects presented this year are a constellation of possibilities that stretch across the country, linking vast urban centers to remote coastal villages and everything in between.
Hi all, this is Alison, a recent graduate from the 2-year Master of Landscape Architecture program. Bartlett is a place that you can explore your unlimited potential, and here not only you can enjoy the first-class facility and workshop, learn edge cutting tools and programs, and last but not least, have talented people working alongside to help you achieve the goal. During the time in Studio 4, a research design studio, it allowed us enormous flexibility to research on topics and issues that within or even sounds beyond the scope of landscape that we are truly interested in. For me, I focused on how activism and direct actions could be a powerful tool to reshape our roles and landscape collaboratively. Through research in scientific and literature aspects, the research design approach encourages us to think critically and subversively towards our existing world. Instead of following the norm and design simple, conventional, tangible landscapes, this approach helps us to embed another layer of philosophical meaning to our landscape and fundamentally induces changes to our thinking and our places. This is more than just graduating from prestigious landscape architecture school. But not only have I gained knowledge that can help me to proceed to the next stage of my profession towards chartership, but also, and more importantly, a bunch of great friends and a better me.
Hi, I'm Kirsten Oberholster. I'm a landscape architect at Grant Associates, and I teach Studio 3 Rewilding the Urban with Richard Baker. In the face of a climate emergency, 20th century approaches to nature conservation have been criticised for being too conservative in their efforts to fix ecologies. This is also true within the context of the built environment, where urban greening approaches has had limited success as a response to anthropogenic land use in cities. The notion of rewilding has emerged within conservation biology as one that shifts the paradigm of landscapes from pre-modern to a prehistoric baseline. Designing and planning future cities requires thinking of urban design beyond our own species and rewilding not only the physical surroundings at a macro scale, but also ourselves at a micro scale. Ecologically speaking, rewilding cities can enhance interspecies and planetary health. Over the last year, Studio 3 explored new ways of thinking about future cities and questioned the roles humanity and nature play. Using rewilding as a lens, our students focused on investigating and independently developing real and speculative solutions to future cities through landscape architecture, material exploration, and computation.
Hi, my name is Ilo and I'm from Indonesia. I was in Studio 3 last year with Richard Baker and Christian Oberholster. What I really enjoyed the most from Studio 3 last year was the conversation among me, Richard, and Christine during tutorial. During tutorial, of course, we were talking about the project that I was dealing with at that moment. But however, we also talk about something else that is not related to the project, just to give me less pressure. I feels like by being not under pressure, it's triggered the creativity inside me, and eventually it results on the satisfying project in the end of the studio. That was the amazing thing that Christian and Richard keep doing to me in Studio 3. And the friends that I had in Studio 3 were also amazing. Sometimes we spend time together and share like a very stupid joke just to give less stress from studio. But however, we are very supportive to each other. So when someone asks me the question or I ask the question to my friend in Studio 3, they will try like to answer my question, because we all know that answering the question from our tutor in Studio 3 is not easy task. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the Autumn Show at the Bartlett. My name is Canon Ivers. I'm a teaching fellow of Studio 2 with Alex Malusco. I'm a landscape architect and a director at LDA Design. Studio 2 is situated in the Belize Valley in Sicily, a region devastated by an earthquake in 1968. Many of the hillside towns that were destroyed were rebuilt as grand utopian visions that many would argue had failed, described by some as cemeteries of the avant-garde. As part of the studio, we visited these sites, and each student began to explore ideas of landscapes of memory, ruination, and in the words of J.B. Jackson, the necessity of ruins. We also used drone technology as a way of mapping, visualizing, and using photogrammetry as a way of also capturing three-dimensional topography of these sites. The footage that you see is of Il Creto, which was the original site of Giubilina Vecchia, a town that was destroyed by the 1968 earthquake, and rather than rebuilding in the same location, a new town was built 11 kilometers away. The original site was encased in concrete by the land artist Alberto Buri, which you can see here, and it was an amazing moment for the studio to be able to walk this site, to feel the topography, to see how this piece of land art fit into the Sicilian countryside. We hope you enjoy the work. You'll hear from two students, Sally and June, whose work is on display. Please enjoy the ideas, enjoy the work, and thank you for tuning in.
Sally.
Hi, I'm June.
and we're from Studio 2.
Okay, how was the Studio 2 last year, Sally?
Our studio has experienced a lot of changes during the pandemic, but the good thing is that our tutor was super supportive during that time, and they come up with different platforms for us to interact during the tutorial. And also there's no limitation or constraint on how you develop the project, so our studio theme push us to think critically and creatively, and that's how we can see a lot of remarkable works from our studio. And I know that we got a chance to go on a site visit before the lockdown. So was there any equipment that you brought with you during the field trip to study your site?
I brought my drone for the field trip. So using the drone, I can do scanning and mapping my whole site. And also I use additional functions such as thermal scan. By doing so, I was able to extend the study of my project in a large scale. But I know you changed your site for the second project, Sally. Why did you do that?
So for me, my final project should integrate all the technique that I learned from year 1 and year 2. So I seek for a landscape condition that is rich in dynamic element that allow me not only to enhance the local identity and culture in landscape, but also expand my topic that responds to some issue related to climate change. And I know that you decided to stay on the same site after the field trip in Sicily. Could you tell us briefly about your final project last term?
Sure. Well, I designed a food forest for African migrants and natives in Gibellina Nova, using abandoned rural open space and houses, because I believe a food forest can play a role in a productive landscape for both natives and migrants. And also it will be one of the methods for reforestation in the situation of climate crisis.
That's great.
We've already embarked on a new year of landscape architecture in the Bartlett and have grown in numbers of students, but also members of staff. This expansion has had a positive effect on the diversity of the programmes, allowing us to encompass the greater scope of design, technological, cultural, environmental and ecological investigations. This year we have 7 more studios to cover those territories, taking the total to 10, each with an individual agenda, design approach and landscape polemic. We'll be showcasing as much as possible of this on our Instagram account over the coming year. We also hope you can join us on more stories from the Bartlett as we present 2 live readings on the Bartlett Architecture Instagram account. Sally Tran will introduce her thesis, Seduction in Post-Industrial Landscapes, and Alec Tostvin will present Bittersweet, Unearthing the Fourth Soil at the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park.
And finally, we'd like to announce the winners of our landscape prizes this year. The MLA Year 1 prize goes to Shital Muralidhara. The MLA Year 2 and MA prize goes to Sally Ngok An Tran. The Environment and Technology prize goes to Alison Nagar Mantang. And the Landscape Thesis prize goes to Alec Tostavin. The Landscape Design Award also goes to Alison Nagar Mantang. So thank you to all of our students and staff this year. Such great projects and good memories. And thanks for contributing to our first full cohort at the Bartlett. Thanks too for you for staying tuned. Please check out the site and do keep an eye out on our landscape Instagram account to see what we're up to in the year ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.